Hello and welcome to another set of turns of Dominions 5. I'm the False God. We are playing today as Phaeacia. Continuing on. Apologize, I've missed a lot of uploads over the last week. It is a very, very busy time at work for me, and I spent 5 hours of my Dominions recording time recording the upcoming co-casting games. So, a little bit, I gotta get back into it here a little bit. Okay. Harspecs with the Miss, Dark Knowledge with the Miss. Phlegra has put up Gift of Health, which is pretty unfortunate as we're about to fight Phlegra. We took out some random Ivy King nonsense. We get more random Ivy King nonsense. Thanks a lot, Servants of Gaia. All told, we end up losing a couple of provinces. I'll have to go get back. Vanheim permanently defeated. Okay. So what we need to do here, got a Rune Smasher going. I think our war starts, does it start next turn? It might start next turn. Now I can't quite recall. No. War starts turn after next. So 46 is going to be where I think we're getting our war prepped. So, as it currently stands, we need to try and get our act together. So we've got a Rune Smasher coming up. That's going to be really helpful to get that magic pen, some crystal gear. We're still doing higher specs, try and get some nature income going. Making some frost brands for thugs. Storm Spool to try and keep our air income alive as we fight. So that's all well and good. A lot of researching. Let's check what we're researching. We are headed for Alt 7, which we're going to be able to get in time for our for the first fight to start. For us, that's mainly Fog Warriors. Is the big piece. We can make use of some of these other pieces, Marble Warriors, Mass Protection maybe on like the Hesperides, or our Shaman. And Phoenix Fire can be good for thugs, although it's not our Storm Captain, our main light thug, doesn't have any fire to use it with. Doom can sometimes be helpful. We're not casting Bone Grinding. But some good stuff there. Little unfortunate, I didn't pick another path here. So I think we're going to get 1,000 dumped into Conjuration 7, which is not real, up to Conjuration 8, which is probably not ideal. I think Thom 6 would be better. So that's a little unfortunate, but it sort of is what it is at this point. Let's see, researching, trying to recruit our stuff. Horror specs, like I said, here, Crystal Shield, more horror specs, darkness, Storm in a Bottle. Okay, let's go ahead and go to 46. Continue. Turn 46. Oops, I picked the wrong game. Let's try that one again. Recording too many of those, I suppose. Turn 46. Okay, this is the turn right before our war. A lot of misses on everything. It's pretty unfortunate. We take out some random, Gaia crap. And now it's time, I think, for the fight to be next turn. Yeah, we're attacking in. So that's good. Go ahead and moving some more troops down here to defend this fort. We expect to get attacked probably. There's this big army here. Probably going to move here. I think that they're going to go after this to not leave a fortress behind them, as opposed to walking right up to Mictlan. But it's not a guarantee. So we're going to try and reinforce here. We've got a good number of our mages, our weavers, and they can potentially get a lot done. I think this is the turn I started talking to Kirby a little bit. We're sort of out of order in how the videos are going up, because I already obviously posted a couple with him. But this is the turn I think we started talking. So I got some of these extra ideas on some things I need to do, like get the Herald Lance together. which he pointed out because I thought I might get Wailing Winds, as there is a random out of Phlegra. These guys, 1 and 4 will have an air path. So Wailing Winds could be very much on the table if he's gotten any of those, so we got to be aware of that. Besides that, we've got an army moving out to support this. And our plan of action, so we're doing just a little bit of light probing here. Here's the force that I have out here. I think this force, yeah, is really all garbage at this point. A lot of disease stuff. So I'm not too worried about losing it. We're going to just attack in here a little bit of light rating. We'll see what he comes up with. So he has almost certainly the ability to do a bigger thug than we do, right? Those Phlegran Tyrants are much stronger than any individual units we can field. So I'd like to just do some light rating and try and get a feel for their gear. And then once we know what we're up against, we can try and kit against it. So that's sort of something to consider. Sort of something to figure out. But so the other intention, right, is for major armies, right? So some light rating over here. We should probably be doing a lot more, but rating is a known weak point for me. Over here, our goal is to we're recruiting up here, and then ideally, if he lunges out with an army, we can try and fight into it. Otherwise, we might try and sweep up north into what was formerly Nazgûl land and take this and pressure, sort of fight through to the birds and then pressure this way. Down here, right, the armies can look at this throne. We sort of have a problem here. We need 2 armies to sort of effectively go after both directions. We only really got 1. So I think this force is going to end up being a little bit more defensive in nature. And then our last force, which we need to start putting our stuff together, and I think we have some guys here, we're bringing in some more, is force here, and then they can march right on this throne, is going to be the course of action. And what we are going to try and do. So with that said, let's look at some of the stuff we're doing. We're casting a lot of Manifest Vitriol. This is something that Kirby pointed out we could do, and it was sort of like a good use. We have lots and lots of water gems, right? A huge water income, 25. So the goal is to try and turn that water income into useful stuff. So we can make coral blades, which we're making some, just to give our guys a little bit of extra HP, potentially for regeneration purposes, but also just to, avoid dying to random arrows and whatnot. With the Manifest Vitriol, when you start getting our green lions together, we're also doing Vile Water, a couple of casts of Vile Water. Those are pretty good. Also, the cubes, we can potentially look to buff those cubes up and have them hold lines and stuff for us and be a real nuisance to the opposition. In terms of what we can see coming out of Phlegra and what we've already seen against Nazca, a huge army of Helot Archers and Barbs, and then some Ice Drakes and Mouflons. We definitely need to be able to put up Arrowfend, Mist Storm, some number of those to deal with a lot of incoming arrow fire. Up here we see a very similar looking army, although it's slightly smaller. Here we mostly see Mouflons, so it doesn't look like we're going to get an attack here with an army. Maybe, though, we might get thugs coming in. They have access to a lot of air, so we can get counter-thugged. We're in a tricky spot from a rating where we have air too. So we can try and raid back with air and like cloud trapezing in, and it's going to be like a real sort of chess match of sending in thugs that can take stuff but aren't so valuable that they can't be lost to counter raiding, like magic phase moving air 2s with summon elemental, because that's definitely something that they can do to us, or having our own thing we can then use to try and catch those moving units. So it's going to be a lot of potential magic phase stuff going on that we're going to need to watch out for. Let's see. So yeah, a lot of Manifest Vitriol. Helmet of Heroes. We're trying to get, yes, like I said, some of our guys kitted up to have a lot of morale so we can try and hold on to our units in combat. We need at least 2 sets of that kind of gear so that we can you know, equip those armies that we're hoping are going to go and take Phlegran lands. Vile Water. Here I've got an Ivy King coming out for some extra big nature access. Eye of the Void to pair up with the Rune Smasher and a Spell Focus, so we can try and get a lot of pen on our keycasters. It could be very, very helpful. Strum in a Bottle, like I said, we're going to get some of these to help our armies be able to spend a lot of air gems without running out of steam. Make us more resistant to gem baits as well. So we're trying to get a lot of stuff figured out in preparation for this war. But you know, in looking at this here, right, I do think I could have done a much better job of having more raiding armies together. You know, we could have looked to hit with small forces of troops kind of all over the place. You know, do more to unbalance them, but we'll see how the rating sort of turns out. We'll go ahead and go to 47 here. I think I do 48. Oops, wow, I'm really out of it. You can see I can't even click the right game. Okay. So we've got some stuff up here. You know, I don't remember us finding anything. We've got a quicksand. We've got some battles though. And let's see. So this is Phlegra. This is one of their big armies that we saw in the south. We just have one PD here. We can see Phoenix Power coming out with fire gems, almost certainly flaming arrows. This guy's got air gems. He could be doing arrow wind guide. I think it's wind guide. I don't remember if he had. I think that's it for mage support. So this is a beatable army with the right script, I think, for sure. Right, we can make these arrows very, very small. These guys have a frost breath, so we should try and put some kind of resistances on our guys. But you can see he's mostly, you know, our one PD killed 16 barbs as they just all got killed by their own ice drakes. So that's pretty funny. We went ahead and attacked in. We went ahead and attacked in here. I don't quite have everybody scripted properly. A lot of barbs here. It's kind of unfortunate. It's a good PD type against what we have. They can deal some good damage. So we do, and this is our units are like I said, really diseased and sick and stuff. So we do take a good number of losses here, but we do take the province. We attack in again with a larger force, or maybe all of our forces are diseased, right? This is just PD though. So no losses here. We take out an Ivy King, another one. And then we get attacked here by a scout. And our one PD, I think, can repel his scout. Yes, they did. We lost... so Phlegra is casting Raging Hearts on our capital, which is bad. And it's not just on our capital. They're doing it on a whole bunch of our... I guess just 2 of our provinces for now, but that's something that's going to potentially continue. So we're going to go ahead and put up our dome of dome of air. That should help this out a lot. This army, you can see, needs to go and fight. And they're going to go, I think we're moving, we're going to move in patrol. We're going to try and catch this force up here when they move down. And this should be very doable. We're going to put up Aerofend. So, okay, there's some problems, though. Before we even get into what's going on. But we're going to put up Aerofend. This guy should be able to do that just fine. Got some communion. Communion says we're going to try and put up Mist. Except we're not, because I didn't give him a gem. So no Mist. It's just a mistake. Pretty unfortunate. Blessing, we also mess up. This guy is not going to go in and cast Blessing. He's on move, not move and patrol. So he's not coming. Living Clouds will help out. Lots of more communions. Iron Skin, Temper Flesh. This is just to help out our communion slaves, prevent them from getting killed by random stuff. An Air Elemental, Pillar of Fire, Wind Guide, Liquid Body, Power of the Spheres to help again our communion slaves out. Phoenix Fire help our communion slaves out. Some Legions of Steel and Howl. So this here's our formation. So this is a terrible formation, obviously. Our troops we're all way too far forwards. We're going against an entire army of archers. There's just no reason. Everybody should be back here. Right? Just no is bad. They should not be standing here. They should be back here. 2, I should have given him a gem for mist. And we should be casting Storm. I just didn't though. Which is pretty bad. Well, we should have cast Storm. I knew I needed to cast Storm. I just like missed it somewhere in scripting everybody, because it was on my list of things that I wanted to cast. So, you should write down what you want to cast and like check off the boxes. So this army's not going to be. So it should have been the case, right? What we were intending to do was put up Aerofend, which makes 80% have 80% negated, and then we're going to put up Mist and Storm. Mist would lower their precision. Now this would probably get offset by Wind Guide, but something, and then Storm would cause 50% to fail. So that's 90% of missiles not working. Plus, I don't know the overall precision. I don't know exactly how it. Let's see. Mist is halves base precision, and Wind Guide grants +5 precision. So we'd have to check exactly how much precision they have, but ultimately, right, it probably isn't a huge difference. But we're just not casting all the right spells like I thought we were for this fight, so that sucks. It's unfortunate. Here, similar, we're going to try and move and take our army and fight this big stack that we saw before it has a chance to like get reinforced or something with stuff we don't know about. We've got 125 guys of various quality, and we're putting up Aerofend. Again, communicating up for Pillar of Fire. We're not bringing our cubes for some reason. Luck, Pillar of Fire. Yeah, so again, this is totally missing Storm and Mist. We know what we're up against. It's also missing Cold Resistance. So we just didn't nobody's equipped with any items except this one person. It's just poorly done. It's just bad. Now I can promise we do not, just instantly lose the game here, but definitely unfortunate from a scripting perspective. We could have done a lot better. And this is sort of what I talked about when I was playing too many games. I lost sight. If I was playing just this game, I don't think I would have made these oversights. Beside that, we're going to keep trying and pushing in over here, try and draw some focus. And then, so the plan, right, is to hopefully beat these two armies and then look to push in on their buildings and take their infrastructure. Still doing Manifest Vitriol and Vile Water, putting together a higher quality force. More Vile Water. Here, we're foraging a lot more stuff. Dragon Helmets, Coral Blades, Spell Focus, Silver Garments, that's the Phaeacia unique item, Storm in a Bottle, Ring of Regen, lots of great stuff. So we're going to try and get our troops equipped out here eventually. We did give this guy the Herald Lance and the Horn of Valor. So I will go ahead and stop here, though, and we'll see how the fight plays out. I think the next turn is what I do with... Next turn might be what I do with Kirby, or I might have one more turn before that. I have to check. I think it might be we get the results. I'll have to double check. We might get the results of this next turn, and then we do our turn, or it might be that we talk about next turn. I have it recorded. I'll figure it out. But anyways, the Phlegran conflict begins in earnest. So thanks everybody for joining me, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Have a great day.